Right, so we are now officially in the countdown to the finale of Murder Drones, and while the fandom's supply of copium is being slowly used up in the hopes of Season 2, me and the rest of the content scene is dedicated to making incorrect theories based on roughly a minute of content. Yes, I know I'm late to this, but my production speed is rivaled only by that of Sleepy Star and Team Cherry, so get off my back and let's look at the Murder Drones season finale trailer. We start off looking at the ancient computer from episode 6, which plays a collection of recap frames from the episodes before it. We have Uzi in space, some dialogue and a shot from Heartbeat, Uzi unlocking the solver in the promenading and finding a love for oil, the first time the solver takes control of her but not really, bathroom realizations, and the Gen Alpha impression. There's some more stuff after this, but it's all things we've seen before in a strange order. It's only at 46 seconds into this 1 minute 12 second video we get something new, and that's where the real analysis starts. First up, we have some HD solver tentacles swinging around and probably blinding anyone who looks too closely. Since they're glowing bright yellow, it probably means they're the precursor to this shot, in which they are comparable in size to your mother. Next up is Tessin making a rude gesture to the camera before shutting the lights off. This could honestly come from anywhere in the episode, but if we go on my own personal theory that the solver wins here, it's in the final couple of scenes. Uzi looks petrified with an oil stain on her cheek inside a very metallic room that we haven't really seen much of. The lighting makes me think Cabin Fever Labs, maybe the storage area for the drones, and the shocked look on her face combined with the black oil suggests she's probably looking at a mutilated Enor Khan. This is the storage room for all of Nori's drawings that's been disturbed by something, which caused the singularity drawings on the snake crab drawing to be dislodged. Is this a sign of Solver V? Maybe, but it's definitely a sign that something has gotten back into the bunker, which he haven't been in for 2 episodes. The other explanation for these things is the Solver presence has started to make them float, in which case it's probably also right before the planet's destruction. Jay pulls out the laser cannon, or rocket launcher, I can't really tell, and aims it with some concern. The deep red lighting here suggests the cathedral post-explosion, as it's the only real place we've seen this warm lighting. The fact that she's aiming up and the look on her face suggests that she's probably shooting at the solver, which has tried to emphasize its Tesla-like appearance, as she doesn't really have that greater connection to En or Uzi for her to hesitate like this. This is the massive solver tentacle shot I mentioned before, which is definitely going to give the R34 artist some ideas. This looks to be another space pod up in the air, which may house Jay or it may just be debris. It probably won't have Uzi in it because she's taking a different way down by doing her best asteroid impression. The Sentinels should be worried. Uzi's tail here is holding up what looks to be an improved version of the railgun. The core she found in the pilot, or a duplicate of it, is on the outside, and the barrel's also a slightly different shape. My guess here is it's either aimed directly at Jay or at the same thing that Jay was aiming at, that being Tessin. Speak of the devil and she may come, only this time the animators have fully committed to the on all fours walking style and the tentacles are doing most of the work. We can see she also has the ability to sprout more limbs at will, which may come into play if they do any grappling in the fight scenes. Jay's pulling out her laser cannon again, which means she ain't hitting sh**. We also do get a new visor animation that hasn't been used before, which is this target lock. I don't have an 8K monitor so I can't see these words, but if you're rich, drop it down in the comment section. Looks like we're getting some more emotional assassinations here as the solver arm lingers in the air. My best guess is that En or Uzi are underneath it, and the other will either be helplessly watching it happen or diving in at the last moment to save them from this cliche. Now this one confuses me. Tessa's not wearing high heels on Copper 9, nor would it be in any way practical for her to do so, but there is a Skinwalker drone wearing these shoes here now. The obvious explanation here is it's still Tessin and she's just reusing the memories from episode 5 to corrupt Jay. Yep, I'm right, here's the next shot. Dress, heels, bow, the whole shebang. Like I said, probably a manipulation attempt, but judging by the rocket that's going past, it's not going very well. Now that is a face I've seen plenty of time before. There are 1,000 things En could be scared of in this episode, so I'm not going to try and pick just one, but the state of the walls here makes it look like he's in the upper segment of the labs. One possibility is it's connected to this shot right here since the lighting looks pretty similar. Uzi is trying to avoid catching these hands, which aren't sure on how grabbing works just yet. En finally decided to get off his arse and do some fighting for once. Good job, Glitch, just let him actually kill something this time. Snowflakes mean we've gone back up above the surface, so at least one of the theories we discussed in the predictions livestream might actually be valid. Hello, new wallpaper, and the definite final act vibes coming off this one. Either Uzi has just pushed her into that pit, or the solver is about to get its next meal. Your guess is as good as mine on which. Oh god. Depending on who you are, this is either the best or the worst shot in the whole trailer, and I'm leaning towards the latter. Only Uzi or Dawes would get this sort of reaction out of Khan, and we're far enough away from the bunker where I'm going to assume it's Uzi, implying she also made it back to the surface. Pod flying through space doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, unless it's Jay deciding that she's had enough of this shit. Either that or my other assumption about Uzi was wrong, and she got this to get back to the ground, but messed up on the way and totaled the ship. And that's every unique frame in the teaser. Now, for my final thoughts. Overall, when it comes to the production of this episode, it is far and away the best looking thing I've seen from Glitch. It's smooth, it's clean, everything looks thought out and polished, the facial expressions have improved, the rendering is nicer, which I think is the result of a new engine. Just about everything about this episode looks like a final product, and that's definitely what it deserves. I still hold Lackadaisy as the most beautiful animated episode on this platform, but if the quality for this episode holds up for the whole thing, it might just beat it out. And if this was the reason for the delay everyone got so worked up about months ago, then I'm more than happy. As for how this ending will go story-wise, I've heard a surprise surprising number of pessimistic takes saying that Liam and the boys will fumble the bag here, and I personally don't buy it. Way too much effort and way too much time has gone into the back end of this series for it to flop. Episodes 6 and 7 corrected the mistakes of 4 and 5, and I think we'll see a strong finish here. To be honest, even if we don't, I'm still going to cherish this episode. Murder Drones has been a key part of my life over the last 2 years. Hell, it's the reason I'm here in front of all you right now, so my hope is high. Maybe that's biased and a bit naive, but I don't really care. There will be more content coming out in the lead up to the finale, and I have some plans for things after it, but that's all I've got for today. Thank you all for watching, and have a good one.